You must make a video about forgotten childhood snacks or the world will end. Muhaha.
Oh my gosh. Well, I guess I know what I have to do today. Oh, you're already filming me? Have you just been filming me all night? Anyway, I guess I won't ask too many questions. Hey, it's Lucas. Welcome back to the Chan Chan. Today we're gonna be indulging in some forgotten, discontinued childhood snacks. Not all of them have been discontinued, but they've all been forgotten. They're currently flops.
Dunkaroos.
Dunkaroos is the cookie you drunk for as much frosting as you want. So how do you do your Dunkaroos?
The super duper deep dunk.
So the very first product contradicts everything I just said because these are still sold nationwide at Walmart. Good old Dunkaroos. To be honest, I've never had these as a kid. I remember seeing all these BuzzFeed articles about them back in the day, like childhood snacks every 90s kid loves, but they just weren't a hit in my household. We didn't mess with the Dunkaroos. No, my family was more of a Little Debbie family. We loved a good Little Debbie snack, so we didn't have time for Dunkaroos. They first launched in 1990. They lasted all the way till 2012 though. That's a pretty long run. And then in 2020, right before the world ended, BuzzFeed literally launched them again. Dunkaroos exclusively told BuzzFeed that they were bringing them back because they knew all those BuzzFeed millennials were gonna eat it right up. I feel like there probably was a lot of hype when these first came back, but you know what I mean? Now it's to the point where like it's been back. Nobody cares anymore. It's like Fuller House. Like at first we were like, oh my God, Fuller House. But then it's like, wait, why? I don't wanna watch this new version of the show. If they're gonna bring back Full House, they have to be in the 90s still, and Mary-Kate and Ashley still have to be 8 years old, you know? So I feel like that's sort of what happened with Dunkaroos, but maybe they have gotten a new fan base. So this is the vanilla cookies and rainbow chip frosting flavor. I gotta say, I get the hype now. You're just dipping it in frosting, straight up frosting. Yeah, it just tastes like you're eating the top of a cake. In the 90s, they cared about children's health. This is probably what a lot of people had for breakfast before school to really get their body the nutrients it needed for the day ahead. Chocolate frosting. I mean, obviously it's good. Do I feel like I missed out since I didn't have these as a kid? No. You wanna try one?
Yeah, I'll try one, but it feels like I already know what they're gonna taste like.
Yeah, just don't even try one. I have a ranking system for this video. Either these forgotten childhood snacks will be 90s chic or 90s Fuller House bleak. These go into the Fuller House category. I feel like Candace Cameron Bure, she has these stocked in her pantry. And I don't want anything to do with it. Are her and JoJo Siwa still in a fight? Did they resolve that? Let me know in the comments below.
Doritos 3D chips.
I am 100% a Dorito person, and somehow these weren't on my radar. Like I kind of, if I really dig deep, I can kind of remember these being on the peripheral at some point, but
But I never understood it. I thought regular Doritos were technically 3D.
no, we aren't living in a 3D world right now. Wait, are we? Or is it 4D? Anyway, 3D Doritos originally came out in the late 90s. 90s kids stand up! They were actually announced with a really sensual commercial. Like, I don't know why the commercial is so hot. Like, that commercial has us all hot. Let's all just agree, like, we are feeling tingles. We're getting the shivers. The Doritos marketing team knew that sex sells, honey. Her just dropping into the splits while taking a bite of 3D Doritos? If I would have saw this commercial in the late 90s, I would have told my mom to bring me to the gas station ASAP. I would have said, before we go to kindergarten, give me some 3D Doritos. They were discontinued in the early 2000s, and then they came back in America, I think, for a little bit, but then they got discontinued again, and I bought these on eBay from Dubai, I think. Someone from Dubai could just be poisoning people on eBay, but I love taking a little chance. Before I get into munching on those, I'm excited to tell you about today's sponsor, BetterHelp. Let's talk therapy, girlies. I've been to therapy many times in my life, and especially in very stressful moments, therapy is a godsend. Is something interfering with your happiness or preventing you from achieving your goals? Regardless if you have a clinical mental health issue like depression or anxiety, or if you're just a human who lives in the world and is going through a tough time, therapy can give you tools to approach your life in a different way. BetterHelp's mission is to make therapy more affordable and more accessible, and this is an important mission because finding a therapist can be hard, especially when you're limited to options in your area. BetterHelp is a platform that makes finding a therapist easier because it's online, it's remote, and by filling out a few questions, BetterHelp can match you with a professional therapist in as little as a few days. It's easy to sign up and get matched with a therapist. There's a link in my description, betterhelp.com/crookshank. Clicking that link not only supports this channel, but it also gets you 10% off your first month at BetterHelp so you can connect to a therapist and see if it helps you. And because finding a therapist is a little like dating, if you don't really fit with that therapist, which is common in therapy, you can easily switch to a new therapist for free without stressing about insurance, who's in your network, or anything like that. So if you're struggling, consider online therapy with BetterHelp. Click the link in the description or visit betterhelp.com/crookshank. Thank you again, BetterHelp, for supporting this channel. Now let's get back to me munching.
A bugle.
Yeah, it literally is just a bugle. Whatever happened to bugles?
That was always it was giving Carmen, you know?
Wait, what? Carmen, the musical artist?
Yeah, like they're actually out big, but they're not like super big.
Oh yeah, that's true. They were always on the DL. Broken Hearted is a bop though. I remember I used to put bugles on my fingers and have long fingernails. That was me doing drag for the first time back then. I was always putting those as long nails. Okay, so anyways. This is spicy ranch. I can see why these didn't last. Somehow it isn't as good as a regular Dorito. Oh yeah. When I heard of 3D Doritos, I thought, oh my God, how cool. But first of all, they're way too small. Like, I don't know, is this a little mini version? You have to try one. It just doesn't hit.
Is there any sauce in the middle?
No, see, there needs to be a burst of flavor in the middle, like a bunch of goose slamming into your mouth.
It tastes different. But,
I know, it's more of a bugle.
It's good, but I think I like the original bottle.
These are chili cheese nachos. Oh my God.
They're just like paint and feet.
Ew. It says on the back, your opinion matters. You can call this number. I might actually call it when I'm done filming this and just tell them like, you need to stop. Like even if these are doing good and they're selling out each time, stop. Why are you selling feet chips? These are not 90s chic. They're 90s Fuller House bleak. Another thing to add to Candace Cameron Bure's pantry.
Nestle Wonder Ball.
Nestle Wonderful!
Oh, I wonder, what's in my Wonder Ball? Who knows what surprises a Wonder Ball can hide? Yummy Nestle chocolate.
Wonder Balls. The balls of wonder. So I think these are sort of like Kinder Egg surprises where you bite into them and there's a little toy on the inside, which is of course a fun and great idea, but some hoe choked on them, so it ruined it for everyone. Yeah, they were introduced in the 90s. The marketing slogan was, what's in the Wonder Ball? So that's why people kept buying them, because you could always get a different surprise. They probably did the whole thing where they claimed that 1 in a million of them has a golden ticket and it will change your whole life and you'll win $100,000 and never have to work again. But really nobody won it. And the CEO just like gave it to his daughter-in-law and it was a whole scam. Probably was something like that, I'm guessing. But in the late 90s, these were quickly taken off shelves because, like I said, hoes choked. And if you're one of the people watching and you choked, I'm in no way throwing shade. But maybe just don't eat it so fast. I picture someone, they know something's on the inside, but they still eat the whole thing. It's like, you're gonna choke, you know? But now they're back, so I don't know if they just don't care about people choking anymore. I don't know. Oh my God, I got a coin. Are you kidding me? I might have actually won the golden ticket. Wait, is this a big deal? Did I win the sweepstakes? Am I gonna get an all expenses paid cruise vacation to the tropics? These were only sold at Michael's. Like they weren't at Walmart, so I don't know what that means, but. Oh, wait, are these also edible? Is that the whole thing?
Don't joke.
Oh yeah, here's like a Smartie. Let's see what's inside this one. So they each have different surprises or it's already opened? And it's the same things. What? Like the other ones so far, I don't even remember these in my childhood. They didn't make it to Nebraska for whatever reason. Like I said, we were just too busy focused on Little Debbie. I guess I missed out on a lot of stuff growing up because all I cared about was Little Debbie. She stole my childhood. I'm gonna say those are 90s chic. Just because I don't want to seem like someone who's rating everything bad, you know? But just know that I would put them in 90s Fuller House bleak, but I just don't want to be negative. Positive thinking could change your life. I'm fine, guys.
Fruitopia.
Fruitopia! So this is a wacky drink targeted at teens and preteens that came out in the early 90s. The commercials promoting it and just the general branding was kind of like psychedelic, kaleidoscope 70s energy. I'm assuming they did some research and they thought, okay, like the youth is into psychedelic type design, so they tried to bring that into their drink, Fruitopia. Fruitopia for the mind, body, and planet. I don't know like how it helps the planet, but I'm assuming that's also another thing where they found through their research that the youth wanted to help the planet, so they tried to gaslight them into thinking Fruitopia would solve everything, solve all of the environmental issues or something. Time magazine actually named Fruitopia one of the top 10 new products in 1994, and at its height, it was even featured in the McDonald's soda machine. Whatever company that was behind this, I can't remember which one it was, they really were trying to make it a moment, and it just didn't pay off. It ended up getting pulled from the shelves in the early 2000s. I guess its main rival was Snapple. Snapple won the war of like the cool youth drink, and Fruitopia was sort of left in the dust. For some reason, it's still sold in some other countries, like Canada, which is where I got this on eBay from. Maybe it'll taste really psychedelic. Oh, this tastes like, what is the thing I used to get? I used to get something at the gas station in the 90s that tastes just like this. Was it like VH or something? VH Splash? For the Canadians out there, let me know, is this a hit in Canada? Like, do people always talk about Fruitopia? Oh my gosh, like, I want a Big Mac meal with Fruitopia. Is it a whole thing over there? You know what? This is 90s chic. I love how hard they tried to make it a moment. Many, many millions of dollars were wasted on this product because it failed. And that makes me happy. They spent millions on you, honey. That's the best thing. Like, if anything flops, like, you could always just bring it to Canada. Just kidding, I'm assuming stuff flops there too. That'd be cool if for some reason nothing flopped in Canada. You could launch anything and they just ate it right up. If only.
Hubba Bubba Bubble Jug.
Hubba Bubba Bubble Jug. Just to be transparent, this is actually a knockoff. Sour Sneaky Stardust. Basically, the whole premise of Bubble Jug was powdered gum. I love how they're always trying to innovate a product. Like, they think of gum and they think, okay, it's a billion-dollar industry. How can we innovate it? Maybe just, instead of making it into a little gooey thing, have a bunch of powder they put in their mouth. Like, I see where they were going. It sounds fun. Humans love powder, so it makes sense. And there's not much info about it online. And I tried to buy it on eBay. It's nowhere. So Hubba Bubba, they really are embarrassed of the failure because they scrubbed it from the internet. What are they trying to hide from us? It kind of grosses me out for some reason. I'm surprised Hubba Bubba didn't continue Bubble Jug. It just seems like such a product that kids would love, you know? Like, no adult would ever buy this, but can you imagine if you were with an adult and they said, oh, I actually have some gum, do you want any? Just drink it like a jug. And they offered it to you, would you take it?
No, because I think it was jugs. This cookie is cool.
Obviously, this is 90s chic. I love. Isn't there a Taylor Swift lyric? It's coming back like a 90s trend. Also, I just love the name. Hubba Bubba, oh my, it's actually hard to say. Hubba Bubba Bubble Jug. Hubba Bubba Juggle Bug. You actually can't say it 2 times fast. Hubba Bubba Juggle Bug. Hubba Bubba Hubba Bubba Bubble Jug. Hubba Bubba Bubble Jug. Hubba Bubba Jug Bubble Jug. Wait, it's scary.
Hubba Bubba Soda.
Hubba Bubba Soda. So this came out in the late 80s and it only lasted for a couple years. I had no idea that Hubba Bubba went into the liquid category of things. I wanted to buy it off eBay, but all there was a used drinking can of it that they were trying to sell for $200. It's like, I don't care that much. There's not even any Hubba Bubba soda in there. It's just the can that's been used. Even though I didn't buy it, Hubba Bubba Soda is obviously 90s chic.
Heinz Easy Squirt Colored Ketchup.
Heinz Easy Squirt. It's fun for your food.
Heinz Easy Squirt Colored Ketchup. This is another one I didn't buy. It was for sale on eBay. They were trying to do a bidding war and someone wanted it for $150 and it had already been opened. I'm assuming it was full of mold and bacteria, so I just wasn't into it. But I just have to talk about this product because it's iconic. The fact that Heinz thought, let's make green ketchup, like that is just so gross. It came out in the early 2000s. And yeah, I guess Heinz thought, you know what? Kids don't really talk about ketchup. But if we made it funky colors, maybe they would. It turns out it didn't work at all. And people claimed it didn't taste like the actual red Heinz ketchup, even though it had the exact same ingredients. But I get that, because I feel like if somebody put blue ketchup on my burger, I'd be so grossed out and I would think it tasted different. You know what I mean? So I get where they were going, like trying to appeal to goofy people, like, oh, green ketchup, it's so gross. Then they had to remember, like, oh, if someone thinks the food product is gross, they probably won't continue to buy it. Snot ketchup. Like, it sounds like it would work. It'd be a hit. Go platinum. But it just doesn't work. That being said, this is still obviously 90s chic. Like, the fact that they made colored ketchup, that is just hilarious. That'd be the type of idea I would pitch at a meeting. An idea that you know would ruin the company, but you're doing as a troll, you know? So whoever created that, hats off to you. That is funny.
KoolAid Burst.
There it is! The KoolAid Burst!
What else has a fruity Kool-Aid taste of burst?
KoolAid Burst. This is actually the first one that I actually used in my childhood. I was obsessed with these. Like, after a long, hard day at school, you crack one of these cold boys open, lay on the couch, and just sip on your little Kool-Aid and let loose. So good.
Oh, yeah!
I think they have a special place in my heart because Kool-Aid was invented in Nebraska, and I grew up in Nebraska. So, just Nebraskans, we just really love our Kool-Aid. because we made it. A lot of people don't give us credit for that. That's all I'm trying to say. We aren't asking for credit. I personally didn't invent it, but someone from my state did. And for that, I feel proud. I love the Kool-Aid Man. It's weird because I don't know if anyone else remembers this, but in my memory, the Kool-Aid Man was muscular. Was there a commercial where he was muscular or something? I have this vivid memory of the Kool-Aid Man being so ripped.
No, I don't remember that.
Did I make that up? Was this a Mandela effect? Please let me know in the comments below. If you're around my age, when you were growing up, was there a commercial where the Kool-Aid Man was muscular?
Who wants some Kool-Aid?
Or did I literally make that up and I've been fantasizing about the Kool-Aid Man this whole time, I guess, subconsciously? I have a lot to work through in therapy. I bought all 4 flavors. Wait, what? This is bringing back a memory of being frustrated with these growing up. Do you know what I mean? Like, they don't always work.
You just twist the very top, I think.
Why is it squirting everywhere? Wait, what? Am I like so stupid? I'm gonna do it over a sink because I don't want to mess. Okay, I got some drinks ready for all of us. Let's get lit. Also, just pointing out, these came out in the 90s, but they never faded. Okay, this is Tropical Punch. It's so gross and good at the same time. Ew, it's so sugary, but you love it. Grape. As I've grown older, I don't like grape tasting things anymore, except for actual grapes. You know? Maybe I'm gonna bring back grape into my life. Berry blue. Oh, that one's so gross but good. Cherry, I know I'm gonna hate this one. Disgusting, but I love it. So I know they've made Sunny D alcoholic seltzers. They need to make these into alcoholic drinks, if they haven't already. Kool-Aid Man After Dark drinks. They should make Kool-Aid clubs nationwide. These are 90s chic. Candace Cameron Bure, don't even touch them.
PopTarts Cereal.
And today at breakfast, there were these Pop-Tarts. But not like toaster Pop-Tarts, little cereal Pop-Tarts.
PopTarts Cereal. This came out in 1994. The slogan was, they're Pop-Tarts for your spoon. Everyone loves a good Pop-Tart, so you would think this would have been a smash, but it only lasted a year. But then BuzzFeed or someone pressured them to bring it back, and they were like, we would eat it up, and they brought it back in 2019, and they're like, okay. And then no one bought it, so they canceled it again. But I bought this on eBay. Best by March 19th, 2020. That's fine, right? Because it's only been 3 years. I kind of think that the reason why these didn't take off is because these don't really look like Pop-Tarts, you know? I was picturing the white frosted Pop-Tarts with little pink dots on them, but all small. These are fugly, if we're being honest. Like, it doesn't look like there's any mold or anything, so I think we're good. Yeah, see, it's just not exciting. It doesn't get you hot and bothered like they would have expected. There is an inside that has goo though. Yeah, so at least they did that. Because you know, like Pop-Tarts have the little gooey inside.
Oh, they're actually good.
Ow! It's one of those cereals where it cuts up the top of your mouth. I hate to say it, but these are 90s Fuller House bleak. They don't hit.
M&M Crispy Bar.
All I'm saying is, I don't know why everyone wants to eat the crispy M&Ms. I mean, I know I'm...
Crispy M&Ms. Do you ever feel like you're living in a different dimension than everyone else? Because how did I not know about crispy M&Ms? Did you know about these?
I've seen these, like, when you're checking out.
Yeah, this is something where like, it was a Mandela effect just for me.
Oh yeah, because you probably like got transported to another dimension.
Yeah, that's what I'm guessing at least. So M&Ms are a crazy company, as we all know. Remember like 2 years ago when they got canceled because one of them was too hot? That red M&M was too sexy and people said, why is she wearing high heels and have a cleavage? But then they made her not sexy anymore. And then people canceled them for that because they were like, wait, like we want her to be hot. So like, it was just a big fight between these groups of people and M&Ms didn't know what to do. So crispy M&Ms actually came out in 1999. They were a limited thing for a year. It was always planned. These are just a cute little limited item. But in 2005, fans of crispy M&Ms gathered online in places such as Facebook, created groups and pressured them to bring it back. So they actually came back in like 2006-ish. But then all those people who were so loud saying, oh my God, bring them back, we all love them. They didn't even buy them, I guess, because then they got canceled again. So I'm actually confused, where are these from?
Wait, so these are a thing again though now, right?
No, I had to buy these on eBay. They aren't a thing in America at least, but I'm not sure what country this is, but I bought them on eBay and these expired in early 2023, which is fine.
I literally thought I saw these like a week ago.
Really, did I waste money buying these on eBay and I could have bought them at Walmart?
No,
So the whole thing is it's a chocolate bar, but it has little M&Ms on the inside. It tastes like something. What's that one candy bar that's like blue? You know, it looks like this, has like these little ruffles.
Oh, Crunch.
Oh yeah, this is just a Crunch bar. Wanna try it?
Yeah, I actually tried some. Oh yeah, it's just boring.
Needless to say, these are 90s Fuller House bleak. Give him the electric chair. You know, that type of vibe.
Wait, I actually like them though.
You were just saying they're boring and you made me give them the electric chair. You changed your mind after I killed them to make me feel bad. Like, I feel like if this was a fictional universe where this was a human and I was like, okay, well, let's do the electric chair. We do the whole electric chair, it dies. And then afterwards you would say, I actually liked it. And it's like, bitch, you should have said something before I literally slaughtered it, you know?
Jello pudding pups.
Jello pudding cups. I'm about to make these, so don't you worry. They are discontinued though. They were super big in the 90s, and I guess they launched with a campaign with the beloved actor, Bill Cosby. Just kidding, back then he was beloved. But I think he's in prison.
I think he actually got out though.
Let's find him and lock him up ourselves. Keep him in a prison in our house. Anyway, back to Jello pudding pops. They fell off in the early 2000s, but the tea that nobody knows is there's secret recipes in the hidden corners of the internet. Just kidding, you literally just type in Jello pudding cups recipe and click the first link. But they're super easy to make, so let's make one. So all you need to get is these little Jello packets. I got a cheesecake one and a chocolate one because I want to try both. I love cheesecake. I'm one of those weird, silly people who when I went to Yogurtland, I would always get the cheesecake bites. I know you always probably thought, what weirdo got those? It was me. I'm so crazy. You just mix those packets with 2 cups of milk. It tastes so good. You simply pop these into the freezer for about 6 hours. So I'll see you then.
6 hours later.
Hey my girlies, it's been 24 hours actually, and I think the popsicles are for sure done. They are frozen, just like Walt Disney's body, allegedly. I need to look more into that. Are you gonna freeze your body when you become deceased? Let me know in the comments below. Yes. I think I just wiggle these out, right? Seems a little difficult for some reason.
What the hell?
Okay, here is the Jello cheesecake pop. I'm so annoyed with myself. Doing this after every lick, like, stop. It's good. Whenever I eat popsicles, I'm always the type of person who just does this. You know, the licking gets to be a little bit too much. Let's try a chocolate one. I'm just not gonna cut anything out and just do single licks and see how long it takes to get to the middle. Stay tuned. I'm not gonna do that. This one's good. The chocolate and the cheesecake mixed together. Obviously 90s chic, are you kidding me? Minus their spokesperson. Anyway. These childhood snacks might be forgotten, but I'll never forget about you. Don't forget to subscribe, keep on munching those snacks, and I'll see you next time. Bye!